Hello. This evening's message is from John 9, starting at verse 1. As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who has sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. As long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming, when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of the world." Having said this, he spat on the ground, made some mud with the saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. "Go," he told him, "wash in the pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. His neighbours and those who had formerly seen him begging asked, "Isn't this the same man who used to sit and beg?" Some claimed that he was. Others said, "No, he only looks like him." But he himself insisted, "I am the man." "How then were your eyes opened?" they asked. He replied, "The man they call Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and then I could see." "Where is this man?" they asked him. "I don't know," he said. In a dark season, we're reminded that Jesus came as a light in the darkness, healer and prophet, pointing to the Father who made us from dust. The man's healed eyes see around him the people who are hungry to get their heads around a new situation. His healed spiritual insight sees Jesus both as a healer and as someone who can point him to God. And in this disturbing context, he follows Jesus by putting the two together and bringing light to others, his neighbours. And if you read on, even to the Pharisees who are intrigued by the event. Did you notice that little detail about the pool of Siloam meaning sent? And yet, we've all been sent home. So how do we share the light now? Well, firstly, we really need to share it with ourselves. We need to receive the light ourselves. And I'm going to be banging on a lot about self-care in the coming days. You've got to put your own oxygen mask on first, as the flight attendant says. And secondly, we'll be sharing with our household, sharing that light. And being cooped up is tough. So let's conscientiously see our close relationships as a place for the light of Christ and keep seeing what those in our home really need. And for those of you who are in isolation alone, it's just the same. In your prayers and your conversations, either over the phone or over the computer, ask the Holy Spirit to give you spiritual insight to what's truly going on for them and what you can say to bless them. And then there's one more thing. Tomorrow, Sunday, the archbishops have called for a national day of prayer to cry out for a halt to this pandemic. How might you make it a day of prayer? One thing you can do is to light a candle and to put it in your window at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. People of faith will be doing this up and down the country. So look out and see who else in your neighbourhood knows that God brings light to the world.